Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Are frozen fruits and vegetables as nutritious as fresh produce? In this video, I'll share some advantages and disadvantages of fresh versus frozen produce, organic versus non-organic, and the relationship between produce freshness and essential nutrients. Fresh fruits and vegetables provide optimum flavor and nutrition when allowed to ripen or mature before harvesting. Until the 20th century, most people grew their own produce and sold or bartered any excess. Canning and drying allowed produce to be eaten beyond the growing season. Drying not only preserves fruits and vegetables, it also intensifies their flavors. In some urban locations, people still have access to locally grown produce. In some cases, farmers' markets replaced homegrown fruits and vegetables. In many cities, supermarkets are the only source of fresh fruit and vegetables. Instead of ripe, locally grown produce picked and sold within 24 hours, the only option is unripened produce picked weeks or months before being sold to the public. A major reason produce is harvested unripened is to survive being transported hundreds or even thousands of miles. These tomatoes in a Phoenix, Arizona supermarket were not grown in Arizona or California. They were imported from Mexico. These bell peppers were grown in Canada. While most fruits ripen within a few days of purchase, their flavor and nutrient content is inferior. There are exceptions like avocados and pears that ripen after harvesting. In many countries, limes are green and lemons are yellow. All citrus fruit start out green. Here's a quiz for you. Is this a lemon or a lime? The correct answer is it's a ripe lime. Most people have never tasted a fully ripened lime. Millions of people rarely eat ripe, fresh fruit. Supermarket on-the-vine tomatoes do not have the same flavor and texture as vine-ripened tomatoes. Frozen produce has some advantages over fresh. They're picked and processed at peak ripeness. They're higher in vitamins and minerals. Only using what you need reduces spoilage and waste. Most have no added sodium, and their shelf life is months, not days or weeks. Some other advantages include reduced prep time. Freezing slows nutrient degradation. Less sodium than canned produce. Convenience, and some are organically grown. Some disadvantages include less variety, higher cost. Moisture loss over time can affect flavor and texture. Some have added sodium, and improper storage can cause freezer burn. With a few exceptions, like spinach and kale, many leafy green vegetables are not available frozen. Low moisture vegetables tend to retain their flavor and texture better than high moisture fruits and vegetables. While frozen fruit like berries may have more flavor than fresh supermarket berries, some people prefer the firmer texture of fresh berries. Frozen fruit is excellent in beverages like smoothies and baked goods. Unlike canned vegetables, most frozen vegetables have no added salt. Exceptions include frozen potatoes and other prepared vegetables. While the flavor and texture of frozen vegetables is not the same as fresh, they are closer to fresh vegetables than canned vegetables that tend to be overcooked to kill bacteria and extend shelf life. Certified organic produce is grown without using genetically modified seeds or synthetic pesticides. Until the 20th century, food crops were protected using natural chemical pesticides. The mineral sulfur is one of the earliest known chemical pesticides. By the 15th century, pests were killed using arsenic, lead, and mercury. Arsenic-based pesticides were commonly used until the mid-20th century. Over the past 60 years, synthetic chemical pesticides have replaced toxic natural pesticides. While chemical pesticides increase yields, they can have a negative impact on people, animals, and the environment. Organic pesticides are an alternative to synthetic pesticides. While organic pesticides may seem safer, some people can have allergic reactions. Plant pollens are organic, but millions of people have mild to severe allergic reactions to pollen. A simple solution is growing food crops without pesticides, but that would significantly increase cost. When it comes to essential nutrients, there is little or no difference between organic and non-organic produce. Nutrient content depends on ripeness or maturity. Ripe, non-organic produce has more nutrients than unripened organic produce. Fruits and vegetables are plant foods. In addition to being high in many essential vitamins and minerals, plant foods have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer nutrients called phytochemicals. In most cases, frozen produce have more nutrients than fresh produce. Fresh produce nutrients degrade after harvest and during storage. Since frozen produce is picked and processed within 24 hours, it retains more of its nutrients. Unlike frozen produce, fresh produce has no harvested or use-by dates. Most supermarket farm fresh produce is stored for weeks or months before being distributed and sold. In the best case scenario, you get less sweet, less nutrient-rich produce. Worst case, you get produce that is old, not safe to eat, that should have been discarded. Low cost and sale prices can indicate old, low-quality produce. Produce that should remain fresh a week or more can be spoiling before you get it home. Whether you buy fresh or frozen, buy what you need and use it as soon as possible, or by the use-by date for best flavor, texture, and nutrition. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching, and healthy eating.